Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my survival island. Here we are over on the fishing pier, not really doing much of anything, just showcasing some stuff that's in the background. We're going to take a closer look. But this afternoon, we've got a mob farm to finish, and that means we need to get started on some redstone. So let's go. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are back on the survival island, and I need to show you something. Watch this. Did you see that? Don't listen for the keyboard. Nothing, right? I just moved forward. No spacebar. Nothing. What in the world? Yeah, that's going to get annoying. So let's take care of that, shall we? Go into the controls, and we're going to turn auto jump off. And that should give you a clue as to which version of Minecraft we are in. Let's take a look at the F3 screen. If you take a look in the top left-hand corner, you see Minecraft 1.10. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Mojang have released Minecraft 1.10 not even, 3 months after the final release of 1.9? It's amazing. Was it 3 months? I can't remember. Anyway, it was quick. Very quick. You can also see in that top left corner that I'm running Optifine for 1.10. Yes, it has already come out, so we are good to go there. Anyway, we are going to be working on the redstone for the mob farm. Let's see, there's one more thing I had to do. Some hoppers. We got an iron pickaxe there, and then a chest. So that's what we're going to do first, the collection mechanism. So before we actually get to the redstone up there, I need a spot for where all of this stuff is going to be getting collected. So let's come over here, shall we? And we'll put that right there. And that way we can put a chest like so. And can we can't get into there. Maybe I'll put a piece of dirt. I can't even get into that piece of dirt because of this thing. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go up. And what we want to do is take a couple of hoppers and put them back here. And then we'll get rid of that. And hopper into the back of that one. And hopper into the back there. And then just for good measure, a light source there. And I'm blocked currently by this. Alright, we should be good to go now. Let's pull down some cobblestone slabs there and there. So in case you are new to what's going on here, I'm working on a mob farm because we need some string for wool. So we're going to be making wool primarily through that method, and you know I can come up and clean that later. And the reason we need wool is for a bed. We don't have a bed, and we also need string for a fishing farm. Yeah, so that brings me to something. The last time we were together, I've been complaining about the passive mob farm, and you can see I've got that right there. I've outlined the entire area where there is a forest biome, and we're not getting anything on there. No spawns, nothing. Roby-Toby 01, I believe, if I remember that correctly, and I may not be remembering it correctly. Took some time to stop by and tell me all about the research that he has done, or she has done. I'm not sure on that regard, but anyway, they've apparently done a lot of research into how passive mobs spawn, and you don't have to put all of these layers on. It's sufficient to go down even to, well, as low as level 0 if you can get there, level 1. We can't get there because we've got a bedrock floor, but you could just put a grass spawning platform down there and then have them spawn, and you don't really need all of that area. The big thing you do need, though, is no passive mobs within a 33 chunk by 33 chunk area around spawn. Well, you know, what we've been doing here is we aren't going anywhere, but there are bits and pieces of land around, probably well within that 33 chunk by 33 chunk area. And there might be passive mobs already on there, which means we will probably not be getting any passive mobs on this farm. So I'm going to bring back the chickens at some point, probably in or between the next episode and the current one. We'll bring those chickens back, get rid of those spawning platforms there. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But for now, we are going to be doing this. So because we can't get any cows, we can't do that. We can't do that. So no leather, which means no books for sure. We have to come up with some other way of getting the enchantments that we need, and that one is going to be through fishing. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go the fishing route and do some AFK fishing, and Bob's your uncle. Anyway, so what we need to do is get some redstone going, and the way we're going to do that, I've got some dirt here. We want to go right here. Is it this one? Yeah. So we'll go up like this. Also, something in the meantime, I built this farm such that Endermen will eventually spawn in it, but I did take out that particular feature by limiting the height to 2. So I came in here with another layer of these slabs. You can see it right there. So that's going to limit it to where we don't get Endermen, which means we should be fine in terms of not getting Endermans spawning or Endermen teleporting down to our bridge down there. And so we're going to have to wait to get some string on that. All right, what I want to do here is get rid of that. We'll get some cobblestone there, and then we'll bring the dirt back, and then we'll get a redstone torch. All right, so what we need to do is get this such that all of the pistons are extended at the same time, and and they retract at the same time as well. So we're going to go over like this. Okay. All right. So what we need to do is make a little torch tower, and then hopefully, I can do a torch tower like this off to the side. See if we can go like so. And this is kind of awkward. So maybe while we're doing this, let's just have a chat, shall we? Anyway, something that comes up from time to time is, I look around at other channels and I see a decent amount of growth happening on their channels. And, I'm not going to name any names in particular, but I've been doing this for somewhere around 3 years now. All right, so we're going on 3 years, and overall we just hit 500 subscribers, and that's not meteoric growth by any stretch of the imagination, but I see others get faster growth. I know it's not always about that. It's not always about subs and all that. We've got a pretty good community happening here. I'm going to run out of dirt, aren't I? That's not going to be any good. Let's go down here one. Okay, so we got a good community, got plenty of comments and likes and all of that. So, and overall, for 500 subs, we've got a great amount of interaction. And I don't fault anyone for that or anything. And I'm not sitting here complaining about it either. That's not the point. The point here is just to bring up a discussion topic that tends to come up from time to time in YouTubing circles, and it's come up recently about if you wanted to grow your channel really quickly, you need to play such and such a game, and that may be the case. Okay, there may be certain games that are more conducive to growth at this point in a channel's life than others, and I could certainly succumb to the siren song of faster growth through that. But you know, it's one of those things where I'm gonna lose that piece. Oh, I got the dirt. Good, good. It's one of those things that you know, I have to guard against because this is not my day job, and this, oops, will honestly never be my day job. Okay, there's no getting around that. So, and the reasons why are numerous, are not numerous, but pretty simple to understand, and it's a matter of basic economics. I'm a 10-year software, 10-year experienced software engineer, and to get to that level of replacing an income, and I'm not going to go into specifics, but suffice it to say, YouTube will never be able to provide a replacement for that, and it's you know, that's just one of the things, and so I have to guard against this desire sometimes to maybe want the faster growth that might come from playing another game and all that. And if this was full-time, then yes, I would have to chase the views, because the whole point, if this is full-time, and really if you're doing anything for a living, the whole point is, yeah, well, in my case, I'm paid to write software, and so I need to write high-quality software at a decent pace. And so the more high-quality software that I write, the better my position is. And so as a YouTube full-time YouTuber, your job is to generate ad revenue. And the way you generate more ad revenue is by generating views on your videos. The more views, obviously, the better, because that puts you in a better position of potentially getting somebody to do an ad sponsored view. And so you know, some of you don't know about that. You don't know about the advertisements, how those work, but those advertisements on the front end of videos and on the back end of videos, those are if you view those for at least 30 seconds or the entirety of the commercial or of the ad, whichever is shorter, I believe. Yeah, so if it's a minute long ad and you listen or watch 30 seconds of it, or if it's a 15-second long ad and you watch the entire 15 seconds, well, that view counts as an ad view. Okay, so you know, the more views you have, the better a possibility of making views that get a full ad play. And so it's really a numbers game. And so what you know, if this is your job, then your job is to get more views. And you know, for me, it's not my job, and so I'm not that concerned. But if I was full time, then I would need to chase all of the views possible, and that would mean sometimes going with a different game. Ooh, stuck. You can see right now what I'm doing is I'm checking these pistons for being extended, and I keep getting, maybe I should just build some more ladders. I think that might be good. Let's go down here and just stop cheapening it out. Okay, so I've got some of those. Is that going to be enough? It'll get me 3. That might do it. How about this? We'll just do another set just for grins and giggles. So, because this is not my full-time job, I don't have to chase the views, and so I can play games that I enjoy, whether they're getting views or not. Case in point, I really enjoy Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. It's a lot of fun to me because I like working on my own car to some extent, not for highly involved jobs certainly, but you know, to some extent I do like to take care of that. I like learning about the machine because it is a machine. A car's just a machine, and there's nothing particularly special about that. But you know, I'm not getting any views on them, or I'm getting relatively few. And does that bother me? At times when I'm thinking, you know, it'd be really nice if I could get more views on that. You know, I could spend time looking at some other games, and you can see based on the time this came out, I have released a video, the 500 subscriber special, or preparation. And in terms of when this video goes out versus when the special actually comes out, I don't know. If it has not come out yet, do think about throwing some questions my way. Put a hashtag SOAP500 on them. You can put those in the ask.fm link or into Twitter or on the YouTube's comments section somewhere on that video or this video or whatever the case may be. It's up to you. But anyway, so what I did there is I recorded a little bit of Ark. The reason why is because Ark is a rather popular game right now. It's, in fact, in terms of popularity for compared with something like Minecraft, it's a much popular game in terms of the number of views being generated for people that are playing and recording. Now, does that mean that it's more popular to play in general? I doubt it, and this is why. Minecraft just hit something like 100 million sales on PC. So there are people purchasing this game brand new every day. The downside is that, and this is a statistic I heard secondhand, I don't know for sure, but there are 300,000 Minecraft videos posted to YouTube a day. That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts. And so even with 100 million PC sales of Minecraft and of the overall popularity of Minecraft in general as a game, it's very popular to also record and play and put onto YouTube. And so there's a lot of competition there. So competing for views with Minecraft, well, it is a tough battle. You have to figure out some sort of niche, and I got to be honest, I haven't found it. So what you've got here is you've just got basic footage. There's going to be minimal editing, not quite like early Minecraft ones where they would batch record, and kind of like what I do with Car Mechanic Simulator, where I batch record a few episodes in a row and then just release them one by one. Instead, we're kind of doing that same thing here, and most of the community is now used to a little bit more editing involved, and that's just the name of the game. It's part of a market. It's a basic market, and whenever you get a surplus of some sort of item in a market, what you're going to have to do is find a way. If you start producing those, if your market is of widgets, and there's a surplus of widgets around, everybody and their brother is making widgets, you have to come up with some way of distinguishing your widgets from everybody else's widgets. And in Minecraft, that happens to be creating cinematic shots or coming up with really interesting and intriguing technical things or interesting builds. And for the most part, doing something like this right here is not on the high priority list. It's not in a niche market or anything for that matter. So this particular one, Survival Island, is, we're not breaking any boundaries here. We're doing pretty much what everybody else does with Minecraft. So that's one of the reasons why views are generally staying around 50, maybe hitting 70 sometimes, and I tend to get more traction on my the Hypermine ones. There's a bigger community around Hypermine. There's less of a community around my particular videos. But you know what? We're not doing too badly. We did just hit 500 subscribers. So again, I'm sorry if this sounds like complaining. It's not. It's just it's something that I've had to come to grips with, honestly, over I just have to do this every now and then. We're going to go down to here because we're not going to finish this particular part of the episode, this particular part of the farm right now. we're just going to come down here and wrap things up because we've been chatting for about 20 minutes. Wow. So I think that's really the name of the game for how things are going to go. I was kind of afraid to do this on camera with you because I knew that I've got the redstone kind of figured out, but it's a lot of that, just jumping and placing and jumping and placing. And, I had a couple things that I wanted to chat with you about. So anyway, there you go. That's what you get. It's something I've been thinking about, and I've had to come to grips with the fact that this is not going to be full time, barring some crazy coincidence. And I happen to shoot to 1 million subscribers and 100,000 views per video. If that were to happen, then maybe we might think about that. Maybe. The problem is YouTube long term. I don't know. I don't know if they're sticking around long term. The other thing is that this is a fun hobby, and turning something that's a fun hobby into a job, it kind of kills the passion for me. And I enjoy doing this. I enjoy playing Minecraft, so I continue doing it despite not having tons of views. I like making these videos and trying to piece together this particular series. This is the first time that I've really strung together an entire series and kind of thought about where things are going from episode to episode. I'm actually beginning to see the end of the episode or the end of the series come together. Now, you may not be able to see it, but I'm seeing it come together in my mind's eye. And so we're going to be working through that. We've got a few things left. Again, we're working towards an automatic chicken cooker that looks pretty good. We'll probably have to take this out because it's not going to produce anything for us, and based on what I'm seeing from Roby-Toby. So if Roby-Toby, if you do happen to be watching this, thank you very much for that info, and I just wanted to explain why, once again, we are not going to be going over and taking a look at that. You see that island over there? It looks like it could spawn passive mobs. Now, we're way outside the entity rendering distance, so we won't be able to see anything, but I'm betting that island right there has a bunch of cows, sheep, and pigs. So when we are able to leave the island and go on a journey, we'll visit that first and go see if there are indeed cows, sheep, and pigs. Anyway, that's enough blabbering for now. We've been going for about 23 minutes on the recording here, and editing it'll go down to about 22. Anyway, next time we've got to make a little, what's the word? Loop, circuit of some form, a clock, to open and close those pistons. And it's going to be interesting because we don't have comparators. That's right, I have not been to the Nether yet, and that's something that's pretty cool because we just switched to 1.10. There's some updates in 1.10 for the Nether, and we haven't generated the Nether yet, which means that we will get those changes right around our main portal, which is good. So new blocks in the Nether, and we're going to be seeing those right soon once we go through. Anyway, next time, clock, redstone, and we'll see about firing this thing up. All right. Anyway, thank you so much. Do let me know what you think about YouTube and about all of what I chatted about today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And you guys do and have shown up in the past for these discussions. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Leave those in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter, but it's 140 characters. It's not much room for discussion there. That's why I tend to avoid those discussions there. But I'd love to hear what you think, and I'd love to hear your thoughts so far on how the mob farm is going. And yeah, anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.